Hello, we're doing summary notes for investigation 3.1 and covering and surroundings, parallelograms, and triangles. We're going to be finding the area and the perimeter of parallelograms. So just like the perimeter of rectangles and triangles, you are just going to add up the sides. The hardest part when you're looking at pictures is to make sure that you're adding up the sides and not including the height. So if this is my parallelogram, these are the sides. And you want to think to yourself, okay, I have 4 sides. So I'm going to be adding up my 4 sides. And a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. So this is equal to this side. So those are my 7s. So 7 plus 7. And then my 15 is opposite this side. So then I am adding 15 plus 15. This 5 is the height. We are not using that. You do not need to use every number. So then I am adding 14 plus 30, which gives me 44, and my label is going to be centimeters. Then in today's lesson, we looked at different ways to find the area of a parallelogram. And the first thing in our discovery was that we drew a diagonal in order to make 2 identical triangles. Okay, then we use our area of a triangle formula, 1/2 base times height. Okay, now if you notice, if I'm looking here, my base of my triangle's here because I'm looking at this perpendicular. Well, it's not labeled anything, but just as we said before, opposite sides are equal. So the opposite, so this is going to be 10. So therefore, when I substitute, it is 1/2 times 10. And again, my height has to be my perpendicular line. Okay, so it is the dotted line that we want. And in this case, it is 5. So 1/2 of 10 is 5. 5 times 5 is 25. So the area of one triangle is 25 inches. We want the whole parallelogram. And we said we made 2 identical triangles. So then I will multiply the 25 by 2 in order to get 50 square inches for our parallelogram. Okay, turn to the next page. The next way that some of you found was by finding a rectangle. Okay, so we dropped a line. So here's our initial shape. Drop a line from the 2 upper vertices. It must be perpendicular. So if you see here, we dropped black lines are perpendicular lines. Okay, what that allows us to do is then we slid over this piece. So it's like we cut it off and we slid it over into this white spot. And now we have a rectangle. So we can use our rectangle formula of area equals length times width. Okay, my length is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, that's my width. And my length is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to do 6 times 7. And therefore my area of my original parallelogram is 42 square units. Then finally, that leads us to the formula of a parallelogram, where instead of cutting it up and moving it around, we can say that the area is the base times the height. So similar to our triangle, okay, that we're going to use base because we slid it over, our base times our height. So in this case, my height has to be the perpendicular, whether I drop it from this vertices and it's in the shape, or I drop it from this vertices and it's slightly out. Either way, my base is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I believe it's the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And my area is 7 times 6, which is 42 square units. So this would be the formula that you can use to find the area of a parallelogram.